What is going on, everyone? Welcome back into the Russell Street Report film room here on Two Guys Watching Football. Very excited to bring this to you. Shout out to our guys over at RSR. I'm going to be doing a little bit of film work for them this season. Super excited about it. And we're going to start today with some Nick Boyle film. And so this has come about. I've seen a lot of comments on the timeline, on Twitter, on Reddit about Nick Boyle's performance not looking good. He doesn't look athletic. He's done. He's cooked. Blah 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 blah. Listen, you guys make your mind. I'm just going to use the film to make my case. Boyle's played 35 offensive snaps through 2 games. I pulled about 10 plays, so we're looking at, almost 1/3 of his plays. And you guys are also going to notice that I have a bit different approach to doing these film rooms. I'm trying to work on getting basically a screen brush so that I can draw plays and actually show you guys what I'm talking about rather than just being like, look here, look there. You guys gave me that feedback. So keep feedback coming. I listen. I'm trying to adjust, make this product as good as possible for you guys that are here to consume it. So if you guys have a comment on the new format, if you like it, if you don't like it, drop a comment down below. Let me know. Obviously, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new there. Let's jump into the film.
Plays we're going to take a look at is the Ravens' bread and butter running power football. In this one, they're going to run power to the left behind down blocks from Nick Boyle, Jawan James, Tyree Phillips. Let's run it through and then we'll go back, break it down. You see Nick Boyle go find his man, crunch him. Ben Powers misses his pull. That's what kind of tanks that play. But let's take a look at what actually happened. So let's focus in on Boyle since we're starting on him. So he's going to basically cross the formation, and his block is aiming this way, and the man he's aiming for is 25, who looks like the Will linebacker to me. I think this is the Mike, and then I believe this is Devin Kennard, who's usually their Sam backer. So that's how it looked to me. Let's watch Nick do what he does best. So he's going to cross the formation, and then, it kind of sucks because we have this in the way. I think this is actually the camera, the black box, but you can see his head right there. His head is planted inside leverage, and you can really see him. Yeah, now you can really see it. See how his head is on the, well, I guess actually it's outside leverage, but he's basically got him sealed. He's going to continue to fight through the block to the point where he's basically pushing him backwards, which is what you want. You want him out of the play. And then you'll start to see Nick get a little bit of push here as he kind of works through the back door. This is something you see Nick do quite often, is as he turns guys and seals them, he'll basically push them through. And I think the reason it looks kind of ugly on this one is because, watch Ben Powers. So as you guys have seen me explain, you're going to see down blocks from the line here, and then Ben Powers is going to pull behind. And Ben Powers' guy is the unblocked Mike linebacker, number 47. So as he pulls around, he goes behind those down blocks. Pat Ricard right here is kicking out the Sam linebacker. But as he turns the corner, Ben Powers, first of all, terrible leverage point, terrible turn. Just watch him turn here. Like, he just looks so unathletic. And then he falls. So Pat Ricard kind of loses his block, and Ben Powers is on the ground. This right here is what I never want to see, especially on pull, is our guy on the ground. But that's kind of what happens there. So Mike Davis gets kind of slowed up, and that's what kind of looks like Nick Boyle losing his block. But I think it's pretty clear when you break it down here. He's got him completely sealed. He's going to continue to seal him throughout the rep. He's going to turn him backwards. And he took his guy out of the play. Moving on to the next one here, we're going to see, this play was talked about a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but what I want people to focus on, so the play design is going to be a split zone concept. So the offensive line is going to be going zone right, and then Nick Boyle is coming across, and he is aiming for that outside linebacker. And this is just to show context on plays. So you're going to see, it looks a little ugly right here, right? Nick gets all kind of busted up, and the guy that he's supposed to block makes the play on it. So it doesn't look ideal, but I want everyone to look Tyree Phillips' feet. So we're looking right here. Tyree Phillips is just basically, he's just zone blocking this guy. It's just a one-on-one drive block opportunity. He needs to move him off the line of scrimmage. You see him gets stagnated there, and then pushed back. And you can see it much better on the sideline view, but he gets pushed right into the splice block path that Nick Boyle is following. So this is just one of those scenarios where you have to expect other guys around you to do their job. Tyree Phillips did not do his job. Super unfortunate. But, I've seen that play get shared on Twitter twice, where it's like, well, look, he's running into his own guy. He's not going to juke out his own guy. This is a bang-bang concept where he's coming across, and he's just kicking out this guy. It's usually a cut block. That's the play that you guys saw. Oh my God, what's his name? Kid out of Oregon. Thibodeau. Kayvon Thibodeau. It was this exact play concept where he's coming across and he's kind of cut blocking the backside defender. He doesn't always. Sometimes just kick out block, but I'm just saying. But Tyree Phillips has to do his job. He has to drive his man there. Moving on to the next one, we're going to get back to some power football here. Let's run it through, and then I'll go back, break it down. You're going to see Nick work a tray. Let's focus in on Nick, and then we'll look at kind of what happened with this play. So Nick is going to work a tray block with Daniel Falele, and I'm pretty sure it's this guy right here. And then as he comes off that, he's going to climb to this linebacker. So let's run it through and take a look. So right there, you see him work the tray with Falele. Look how low he is on that. He gets nice and low. He works it. Falele works his outside hand right here into the chest plate to overtake the block. Really good work from those two. You can kind of see it right there. See Falele's hand as he kind of forces that leverage over, and then you're seeing Nick climb to his next guy. And look again here, you can kind of see the outside hand. And again, we need context on this because you're going to see Nick's man escape out the back right here, and Nick kind of starts to fall forward. So what happened, watch Pat Ricard. Pat Ricard is also down blocking right here. And so he's going to basically down block his guy right into the legs of Nick Boyle. So right here, you can kind of see them. They're all dusted up into a pile right there. And so as Nick has his outside hand, which is the outside hand here, which is going for that chest plate, he basically just can't get to him. And so I do want to kind of go back and look because, ugly work from Tyree Phillips and Ben Powers on some of these, and I think it's important. So let's run it through I think this is Jalen Moore because it was before he was released. He's wearing number 10. Yeah, it must be. So he's coming across, and he's going to work a kick-out block on this outside linebacker. The puller should be hugging the line, puller Tyree Phillips, moving up, and I believe he ends up on this DB who comes through the gap, but it might be this guy. Let's run it and see. Yeah, because he ate inside. So you can see right here. So two things I need. I need Jalen Moore to work this outside shoulder right here is where I need him. And I don't need him to drive block him. I just need him to seal him. And then I need Tyree Phillips to pull up the gap. But you can see his eyes right now are squarely looking at the kickout block. And that's where he runs to. So because he does that, you can already see this big step. And there's just confusion from the running back. So it's just one of those things where it kind of shows inconsistent execution and how it can get pretty ugly really quick. And so there's Tyree. I mean, he makes his block, but the hesitation right here, if he works up, look at this path of daylight. Like there was this entire gap. Or I shouldn't even put that. I should do an arrow because that's where Mike Davis, I think it's Mike Davis, would be running the ball. So just super unfortunate. Boyle's man gets away late there. Still a gain. I mean, not a negative play, but you just want to see better work, better execution. This is going to be a similar concept. We're seeing more again here, jetting behind the play. And it's instead of Tyree Phillips, let's just run it. So instead of Tyree Phillips pulling up the gap here, he's actually kicking out 41. So it's a little bit different than the last play, but a similar concept. And we'll go back and look, but let's focus on Nick Boyle. So Nick Boyle, because he's running a down block, is going to once again climb, and he's going for 59. So let's watch how he does that, and we can kind of take a good look at his technique based on the camera. So again, You see good leverage of his head. He has the helmet placed in the right spot. You see this outside hand placed really well. He's got him in the vice grips. Starts to drive him, and again, just like we saw in the last play, or the first play, sorry, he starts to turn him backwards. And this is something that Nick does all the time, because as these plays should be a lot quicker. Everything kind of keeps getting mucked up with these kickout blocks right here. Sorry for the dramatic circling, but it's very frustrating to watch this run game. But that's something he does often, and that's why he's such a unique run blocker. He's just very savvy. He takes guys out of the play, and that's what makes him one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. So when we kind of go back to look at what happened, it's kind of a couple things. This is Josh Oliver. Josh Oliver is going to work on 75 right here, and that's just his down block. You're going to see Falele climb beside him, so he's got to do this one-on-one. Tough block, but he's not able to do it. And then 38, basically, that's kind of the tough part of this play, is 38 just makes a really good defensive play. So he doesn't really get fooled by anything. He's just going to run up and eat the gap right here. So not much they could do there. 38 unblocked. No one to block him based on the play design, because you have two blockers over here, and you can already see them occupied. You got Josh Oliver has to work that down block, and Tyree Phillips has to do the kickout block. So not much they could do there. Good play by 38 just to get up in the hole. Good sure tackle on Justice Hill. Let's run this one through, and we'll go back and take a look. And so we're going to, again, see the savviness of Nick Boyle. Similar concept. It's power to the right. Down blocks from the right side of the line. Sorry that I keep droning on, but you're going to see down blocks here, and then you're going to see Ben Cleveland pull behind. Let's run it through. There's those down blocks. So you see better work from Oliver here at the point of attack, because he's working a tray block with Daniel Falele right there. Ben Mason is going to go kick out the edge, and then Boyle's climbing. And so it's very similar to the plays we saw. Cleveland's going to pull and hit whoever comes into his gap. Everyone executes quite well here. What I liked about Nick Boyle, so Nick Boyle basically gets a strong overtake of his outside shoulder, and so this was purposeful by the linebacker. So this linebacker right here, 50, is going to charge, and he's going to really commit to this outside shoulder. And so what I want you to watch is he goes down on one knee. So let's play it right there. So he was so committed to getting that outside shoulder that he went down to one knee to anchor. And so rather than Nick trying to fight through this, again, savvy, he's used to turning guys in. Watch how he turns right there and takes him out of the play. And so what Nick's doing here is he's just trusting his running back to make a read off of that. So he sticks him there. He knows he gets anchored really well. And then rather than, try and fight through it, because you can see the gap right there, and Oliver's gotten into the second level quite well, he just turns him. And again, he's turned him right here, turns him backwards, and pushes him out of the back of the play right here. It's constant with Nick Boyle on this. This is why he's such a savvy run blocker, and why I personally think he's so underappreciated. Let's run this one through. I just wanted to show this one because I thought it was really nice hand placement. So he's going to... I can't figure out if this is a veer concept or if it's just inside zone with the split zone from... It may actually be split zone, and that's your splice block from the fullback. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I want you to look at this hand. Let's get it placed. Okay. So this hand right here gets on 47's inside shoulder. And he just has this in a complete vice grip. And so as 47 tries to dance around him, see how he breaks back inside here, Nick's basically got this just locked. And so he's able to control him. 47's essentially dancing around him. Nick, again, what do we keep talking about, is already prepared to turn him inside. The play got all messed up here, but just the work by Nick, constantly doing this, constantly taking his man out of the play, that's really the key takeaway here. And then I threw this one. Is this the last one? Maybe two more. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show. We're going to see, I think we're going to see a bit of this, folks. So you're going to see, I threw a couple pass plays in. You're going to see a chip block here, and then he takes off on a route right there. So just square chip block. Look how much he helps Sharp there. That's the beauty of Nick Boyle. He's able to help you out with these chip blocks. And I mean, it's not that they land; it's that they land hard. I think you can kind of see it here. Like he absolutely destroys the end and then carries on his route. And it's just easy for the right tackle there. So just that quickly, and then I threw in one pass play. I mean, we know Nick at this point, right? We're looking at him for his run blocking, but he's going to be right here, and he's basically just running a little out route, but he's going to get right up into this safety here, get physical, get a little bit of separation right there. Nothing spectacular, but I think you guys can clearly see the athleticism's back, and he looks pretty darn good to me. So.
All right, everyone. So, like I said, did this completely different. I know the flow's a little bit off because I'm basically placing a video in the middle. Give me your feedback. I want to hear it. Let me know what you guys think of Nick. Do you feel better seeing this? Do you feel worse? Do you feel the same? Drop a comment down below. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each